How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here from Triple G Comics. Welcome back to the channel. New series of videos for you today where we're looking at Spec. Let's get straight into looking at Morbius. So like I said, thanks very much for joining me. And today we're going to be looking at speculation comic books that may be linked to the Morbius movie, which is out shortly. Morbius, for those of you that don't know, is this guy right here. Michael Morbius, big-time Spider-Man character who's been in a number of books over the years. And as we all know, has got a recent film release coming out shortly. What we're going to be doing in this series of videos is basically looking at future Marvel or DC comic book film releases or Disney Plus shows, and I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on what I think the speculation around those movies may be. I want to stress that this is just my thoughts. Please do not use this video to go out and buy and spend lots of money. It's just my ideas and my ramblings of things that may or may not, which is probably the case, happen in these films. All of my information comes from either watching the trailers, my knowledge of comic book history, or from research on various sites like Key Collector app and all those kind of things. I'd also like to say that these videos are going to link in nicely with some videos from a good friend of mine, Luke at Hydra Collectables. I will be releasing videos on speculation attached to the movies and the films, and at the same time, Luke at Hydra Collectables will be releasing a series of videos called Just the Keys about the same character. So you will get a spec video about Morbius, and on Luke's channel, you'll get a Just the Keys video about Morbius. So go check that out. I'll put the link in the description. So saying that, I'm not going to be talking about this book. This is obviously Amazing Spider-Man 101, first appearance of Michael Morbius. Luke will cover all these keys in his video, but just to let you know, this is where it all starts. So if you're looking for a big key spec, this is the book to pick up. Okay, so let's start with number 5 on my list. This is a character called Martine Bancroft, who's going to be played by Hydra Collectables. And in the comic books, this is Morbius's main love interest, who later on in the series becomes a vampire. Her first appearance is in Amazing Spider-Man 102, so that's a book you may want to look out for. And her death, most recent death, is in Amazing Spider-Man 622. Our fourth entry is a bit of a cheat. It's 3 characters that we've either seen already in the trailer or we've had hints of. First of which is the Vulture. We know the Vulture's already appeared in one of the Spider-Man movies, played by the absolutely amazing Michael Keaton. He also appears in the trailer for Morbius. We don't know if it's going to be a cameo, an end scene, or if he's going to have a larger part to play. Worth picking up. It is a pricey book, but it's Amazing Spider-Man number 2 for the Vulture's first appearance. 2 other characters, which you may have missed within the trailer, featured in the headlines or within the text of the Daily Bugle. First of which being the Black Cat. So we know Sony are developing a Black Cat movie, and we also know that there's been rumours that they're angling for her to be a love interest of Peter Parker. Now, spoilers, we don't know which Peter Parker, based on the last Spider-Man movie. Black Cat's a big character within the Spider-Man universe, and it would be great to see her on screen. Her first appearance is Amazing Spider-Man 194. Also, within the Daily Bugle article we do see a bit of a tongue-in-cheek reference to a Rhino appearance. Now, could this be a link to the Rhino comic book character? We know, again, we've seen him in the Amazing Spider-Man version of the movies, but it would be interesting to see either that character return or a new version. Again, spoilers, the recent Spider-Man movie has opened up possibilities for all of these past characters. So again, it would be really good to see Rhino on screen. Rhino's first appearance is Amazing Spider-Man number 41. Okay, number 3 on our list is an interesting character. This is Loxias Crown, alias Hunger. Now, we know that the amazing Matt Smith of Doctor Who fame is playing this character. In the comic books, this is a character who experiments with Morbius's blood and becomes a vampire himself, with links to Hydra. We've obviously seen Matt Smith within the trailer, and it's highly expected that he's going to be playing the main villain. So I would expect to see Hunger on screen. Hunger has 2 key books attached to him. The first being Spider-Man 76, which is the first appearance of Loxias Crown. And then we have Peter Parker Spider-Man number 4, which is the official first appearance of Hunger. Number 2 on the list is Simon Stroud. Simon Stroud is played by Therese Gibson. who we know has got a 3-picture movie deal, so it's highly likely that we're going to see him in future films. Now, within the comic books, Simon Stroud is a CIA agent who hunts Morbius over the years, so I highly suspect we're going to see him continuing through the movies. Simon Stroud's first appearance is in a comic book called Creatures on the Loose number 30. Now, this is a real interesting character, as it links directly to our number 1 spec book as well, which is the Man-Wolf. Man-Wolf is a character that's been around a number of years and is the son of J.J. Jameson, a character called John Jameson Jr. We've seen him already in one of the previous Spider-Man films, but not as his alter ego, the Man-Wolf. Man-Wolf's got an interesting origin in that he was an astronaut who encountered the God's Stone and became the Man-Wolf, whose powers activate in moonlight. His first appearance is in Amazing Spider-Man 1, 2, 4. And as said previously, he's linked to Simon Stroud. So this may be a bit of a tenuous link. I'm not expecting to see Man-Wolf in this movie. However, he is a Spider-Man character. We know that Sony has the rights to Spider-Man characters. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to start looking at developing this character in his own right in the future. So that's spec books you may want to have a look at and pick up on. I find it interesting that we are obviously going down a vampire route here, and I know that Marvel doesn't often like to share its characters, and we all know that Sony doesn't own the rights to Blade. However, it would be really interesting if they're building a universe based on vampires, if we saw some kind of Blade crossover in the future. We know that Blade is in production. We know that there is a tremendous actor attached to it, and we know that Sony and Marvel's relationship in relation to the Spider-Man movies is making them an awful lot of money. So perhaps in the future we could see a Blade introduction and crossover with Morbius. So there we have it, guys. Spec books attached to the Morbius film in no particular order, and books that you might want to check out. Let us know in the comments below if you've got some of these books in your collection, but also let us know in the comments below if you've spotted any spec that I've missed, any key books that you think people should be keeping an eye on. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please watch out for my next spec video, which is going to be focusing on Thor: Love and Thunder. Okay, that's your whack. Take care.